We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Bamboozler Plays Kerbal Space Program, and you join us in episode 9, and if you were there in episode 8, we launched a monstrosity of a rocket ship into orbit, and we are heading off to Minmus at this point. We have a plan to plant a flag, and to basically just walk around, take a surface sample, do some science experiments, and then come back, because we need to. We are currently a budget space program. We have no spaceos left. We spent basically everything that we had on this monstrosity of a spaceship, of what's, at least what you're looking at is what is left of it. If you want to see what the monstrosity looked like, please go visit episode 8. And we're hoping that this mission is going to succeed. And basically what we're trying to do, just to remind everybody what we're trying to do, is that we're using Minmus as a practice station to land eventually on. What we want to land on is the Mun. We're going to head over. We're actually going to warp because we can see that we've made a relatively decent, it's a bit weird in terms of what's going on. We're going to head over. Hang on. Let's just make sure that we don't use up all of our battery. Oh, look at that. Our electric charge is fully done again, so that's good. Because we had a bit of an issue with the electric charge in the last episode where it wasn't charging, but the solar panels are working now, so it's all good. We're going to warp our way over to Minmus. And hopefully we'll be making a good encounter there with Minmus itself. And that's just going to be around here. So Minmus is coming in. We cannot... It's always really difficult to spot Minmus. There you've got Kerbin. Beautiful planet. Tiny little planet. We should have really just shown this view. Like I said, I don't know where Minmus is. It's supposed to be somewhere here. I feel like, is that it? Or that's the sun? Is that it over here? It's coming across. I feel like this is it. That little shadow over here? That looks like it's Minmus. But we are going to orbit, or at least maneuver our way over here. And we're going to track this planetary body. There it is. Look at that. That is Minmus right over there. You see that? It looks like a little Death Star coming right at us. So we're getting closer and closer and closer to that actual... Oh, hang on. Something's gone wrong. Stop. Okay. Are we making a... Okay, so let's turn on SAS. Let's retrograde this thing. So the Minmus encounter is happening in 6 minutes, so I'm just gonna... Whoa. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Okay, it's kind of working. Our encounter is gonna happen in a minute, so we're gonna let that happen. And then we're also gonna point our ship to a retrograde so that we can then create the orbit around Minmus. And then basically what the idea and the plan is to create a orbit where we've got a low orbit and a high orbit. We're going to take EVA samples. That's the first thing we're going to do, just so that we can get that science. We'll check to see if we can transmit that straight away. If we get 100% of that science return, we'll transmit it. And then we're gonna look for a landing spot. That's basically what we're going to do. I think we're going to be in a relatively good spot. I mean, we've never been this slow up in space. We're only moving at 64 meters per second. And we're really coming down close. So our encounter should happen in approximately 10 seconds. And we're going to try and orbit around Minmus. So I'm just keeping track from this map angle because, whenever we warp, it just did weird things where it felt like it was gone. So I believe now, as you can see, we are in the gravitational pull of Minmus. So, and our speed has significantly increased, which is weird. I don't know how that works, but we are going to retrograde and we're going to start burning off some fuel to try and see if we can get a nice little orbit with Minmus. Which means we might be expending all of our fuel to do this, but it's something we have to do. Are we happy that we are doing it this way? Yes, we are. I mean, oh, what just happened? What just happened? we're still in a periapsis of... So maybe what we need to do is be a bit smarter about it. Warp ourselves over here. Because right now we're just basically braking very fast. So if we warp ourselves over here and then... Yeah. That was a bit silly of me what I just did. But that's okay. We slowed ourselves down. We're now going to increase our throttle. Basically slowing down all the way. We're basically going to have to get to 0. Because we came in a strange direction, which is odd. Which means we're not going to have that much fuel left to do everything else that we want to be doing. Because we're still quite far away from Minmus, but we've committed. We have committed. And we are going to decouple this one. We're going to do that manually. And we're going to launch this one. We're going to watch ourselves create the orbit. So now we are in orbit of Minmus, which is great. Our apoapsis is absolutely ginormous, so we're going to actually decrease the periapsis by quite significant bit, since we are at the apoapsis anyway. And we're going to watch this basically get down to about 10,000, maybe even more. Maybe 7,000 meters or something like that. But like I said, the gravitational pull of Minmus is rather small. So just gonna decrease the speed a little bit. Focus. Make sure you do this the right way. Gonna aim for around a single digit. I think 10,000. 10,000 should be good. 10,100 is a nice little area. So yeah, we're in a good orbit. We are going to look at this shot. Look at this amazing shot. We got Kerbin in the background. We got Minmus over here. They're about the same size, but we're really close to Minmus. So yeah, we're gonna take Jedus out of his capsule to do another EVA. So here you go, Jedus. Let's take a little EVA report. It's 20 science. You're gonna return that into. You're gonna re-embark into the spaceship, and then we are going to maneuver our way close to that periapsis, and we're gonna watch as we maneuver closer and closer and closer to Minmus. As you can see, this planetary body right over here. Oh my god, that was scary. This thing is pretty big the closer you get, but there you can see kind of like what I was talking about, which is like these salt kind of plain places that look rather flat, which I think would be a nice spot to land on. So again, I think we're in a relatively low orbit. So now it's Jebediah's turn to do a little EVA of his own. And he's doing an EVA in high space over Minmus, which I believe is already the one that Jedus did. So we're not even in that low orbit yet. Which is interesting, but we are going to get down to about 10,000 meters anyways, which is just around here. So this is definitely not an area for us to land on. This does not look like a nice landing area. So we're going to do another EVA, see if we get different reports. Yeah, now we've got space just above Minmus, and it's lowlands. So that means that there are biomes for us to do something with as well. And if we were to transmit that science, and what does that do with our battery life? Because then we can do a bunch of science around the atmosphere. Where's our battery? Okay, it's not bad. That one really just absolutely destroyed our battery. Okay. And our solar panels are not facing the sun at this point. It's not going to in any short period of time, as we just maneuver our ship a little bit like this and let the battery. Yeah, it should reset the battery a little bit. Turn off SAS. Come on, battery, you should be recharging. I don't know why you're not. Anyways, we are going to click SES. We're going to point retrograde, and then we're going to lower the orbit on the other side. But I think what we do want to do is that we do want to land on the sunny side of Minmus. I don't think we want to be on the dark side. This isn't Star Wars. We're not at war with any stars. We're going to keep track of that periapsis over here, but we're going to aim for around that area. So the lower that we can get our apoapsis, the better. And I'm okay if this actually goes into sort of like, you know, the negative, or at least like into the like 1000s type thing, because that periapsis is basically where our landing piece is going to be, right? So this actually looks really good because, well, does it? No, because this means that we're going to be landing on that jagged edge. So we're going to use a little bit more prograde, because we're going to aim for these salt flat plains as our kind of like our landing spot to practice landing. So that means we want a little bit more periapsis. We don't want to be crashing into the actual. Yeah, so I think point this to about 5K. Oh, look at that, perfectly 5K. That does create a full circle, and I think we do then clear any mountain area over there. And then once we clear this area, once we're at that periapsis, we'll start to break insanely, and we'll aim for this area over here. So yeah, let's see how this works out. Speed up the time. Getting a little, whoa, we're getting really close to the surface at this point. Really close to the surface. And look at how jaggedy this body. Oh, there's also some salt plains here on the dark side, so that's good to know for any future landings. But yeah, this is where it's going to get a little bit tricky, because this is the highest point where we're still quite safe from any large cavities or anything. And I kind of want to be pointing our ship upwards a tiny bit. So just like this. Yeah, just like this. Very good. Just get some little sun, get a little tan. Get those solar panels to tan up a little bit, so that we get some more power into our rockets, into our batteries, because that would be nice, because that would mean we can get more science done. So let's just take a quick Jedda's check what kind of biome this is. So that's the lowlands. Okay, so I guess we did that already. Okay, we'll see. Let's go a little bit quicker. Still need to figure out that stuff with the battery and the solar panels, because it worked and then it didn't work. Turn off SAS. I don't know if that does it. Maybe turn off the transmission, retract radio. Blocked by sun. So see, energy flow. There is energy flow coming into our solar panels. Maybe it's charging up. Ah, look at that. It's charging now. See, and now it's going to charge up the other one. So it is charging. Okay. So that's good to know. That's good to know. So it feels like we're in a different biome now. So again, this time Jebediah is going to take a little crew report, or at least an EVA. And take an EVA report, and again it's the lowlands. So maybe it's just the lowlands. I guess it's, to me it doesn't feel like it's the lowlands. Maybe Minmus, this is the lowlands. But yeah, we're gonna increase our speed. We're gonna head over to that area where basically our periapsis is at around 5,000, and then we're gonna start to really decline in terms of our speed and aim for that salty. Our former salt plain. So this definitely looks like a different color to me now. So this has to be a different biome. Let's take Jebediah out one more time. He's got his helmet on from the previous EVA he just did about 2 seconds ago. No, still lowlands. So, okay, never mind. Okay, and now we are going to hit retrograde, because we are at around 5,000 meters up in the air here, and oh, we're not even close to our periapsis. But this is our first salt plain, so if we can start to decrease this a little bit more, we will get to where we want to be, basically. Just follow this line. It's going to go all the way around, which is fine, but then it's going to cut back into, here you see the line starting to cut back. So we'll aim for this middle area here. I think that makes the most sense. So we're going to do it like this, because yeah, we're going to be increasing our speed and our speed and our speed and our speed, and we're going to be going at such a speed here that we'll need to increase everything. We're going to have to give everything we got, right? Basically to stop our vessel from not crashing into the surface. But this all looks pretty flat too, so it looks decent. I have good confidence that we're gonna land this thing. I think we have a really good shot at doing this. We're only 5,000 meters above. Maybe we should just try it here. Make it our first attempt. And just go down 5,000 meters. It's a lot of meters though. No. Let's not do the first attempt. Let's do this the right way. 'Cause we're still going at a decent speed. Are we gonna make this? Yes, we are. Let's take a little EVA report, Jedus. See if this is a little bit different than before. Yes, it is. It's the Greater Flats. That's good. We got extra science from that. How's the battery doing? It's nearly full, so let's transmit that one as well. It's full. It's a full load of science. We transmit back to Kerbin. Anything that we could transmit, we should always transmit. I think that's kind of like what we should be doing. So right now we are flying over the flats. We're at 2,500 meters up in the sky. We've got a full tank of liquid fuel, which is really good, which means we have quite a bit to play around with. We're going to point retrograde, and we're at the end of the salt flats where we are going to attempt a landing. So we're going to start to slow down our ship, and we're going to drift basically down. And we're gonna stop our sideways velocity and basically just drop straight down 2,000 meters, which is a lot. But I think we're gonna be in a good spot. So just checking the map again. If we just move slowly even further down, I think if we get to like 1,000, maybe like the 1,000 meter mark, considering that our surface speed is only 100 meters per second. I think we should definitely be able to close that down in about 1,000 meters above the surface. So I'm just gonna take this opportunity to take a sip of water, take in the view of the salt flats, and yeah. All right, we're at about 1,000, so we're gonna decrease the speed fully. We're gonna try to get down to about 30, or at least 50. No. We can go down even more. We can definitely risk it because we just decreased our speed by all the way down to 54 meters per second. So we're gonna lower our landing gears. Thankfully, they didn't rust. They are working. And then we're gonna try and drop down to the surface where we don't want to be going at more than 10 meters per second, basically, right? Like, we just basically want to really just gently touch down. So I'm going to decrease the speed even more. We're down to 20 meters per second, which is a good spot. So we really need to focus now to make sure we don't mess this up. Don't want to mess this up. We really did bring way too much fuel, but the good news is that we probably have enough fuel. This rocket that we built, this monstrosity of a rocket, we probably can do use the same one to go to the Mun. Because yeah, we'll probably need more fuel to brake ourselves, but we're gonna need less fuel to actually get there. But we may want to tinker a little bit around the actual launch, because the launch was quite slow. Maybe we want to use some kick boosters or something along those lines. But yeah, we're basically now falling straight down at around 4 meters per second. We're only 50 meters above the surface. We're going to make history at this point. We're coming really close to touchdown on our first planetary body. To practice our landing on the Mun, we're just at around... Oh, and our shadow is appearing there on the ground. We're just going at about 1 meter per second. We're not going to go much faster than this. We're going to constantly just shift the... Yeah, we're going to make touchdown in just about 3, 2, 1. And we have made touchdown and a perfect landing on Minmus. We did it! All right, let's get some science down. And before we do that, let's just look at our achievement. I mean, this is just absolutely amazing. We went all the way from Kerbin. We don't even know where Kerbin is. Can't see it. It's somewhere up. Oh, there it is. There it is. See, there's Kerbin. We went all the way from that planet. Think about it. We went all the way from that planet, all the way down to this place over here, to land on the salt plains, which is what we said we would do, because yes, we can see it seems flat. It looks flat, so it is flat. And we landed here, and so we are going to be able to complete our mission, because obviously we landed on Minmus, so that's good. We've got a ton of fuel to get us back to Kerbin, so I'm not worried about that at all. We won't even attach the side pieces until we actually have to, because why not? And yeah, we are able to basically get down on Minmus. The only thing that I just figured out that we literally did forget was we didn't bring any ladders, so we're gonna have to jump up and down from the hatch. We didn't really think about that, but that's okay. Let's get some science done. Let's conduct the material studies and let's see how much goodness this brings in. 125 science. That is what we want. That is exactly what we want. Let's see what the mystery goo does here on the salt plains. If it does anything crazy, it gives us 50 science. We've observed the goo. That's basically what it says. Let's see if there's any atmospheric pressures to be logged. There is. There's some atmospheric pressures. So that's strange and weird at the same time. And let's see what the temperatures are here on the crater flats, which is some good science, 40 science. We will also take a crew report. Because why not? Let's take a crew report and take an assessment of everything that we've got here. And now we have these. What does this do? Can we? Okay. Now we're going to plant the flag, and this is going to be the difficult thing, right? So we are going to have Jebediah plant the first flag of Kerbin. He's going to take a EVA report on the flats, so that's good. And he's gonna board so that he gets those things back. Are we getting any? We're not getting any solar panel power, or very, very little sun. So we're not gonna transmit that straight away. Actually, yes we are. Let's review that, and we are going to transmit that straight away because we have the battery for that. And do we? It just said that you cannot. No, unusable. Okay, hang on. It's because we got rid of the Communitron. The Communitron needs to open. We need to extend our transmission data and report back to Kerbin and say to them, yes, we actually are on the planet or the surface of Minmus. So we're going to take this crew report. We're going to transmit that back, provide them some information. We're going to have a little speech, a little talk with the president of Kerbin. And nice, that's gone away. And now we are going to do what no Kerbin has ever done before, which is step foot on a different planetary body in its universe. So Jebediah, you will do the honor. So if I am right, you can basically drop down, and you are here. Look at you running around the surface. Oh my goodness, there's hardly any gravity here at all whatsoever. Okay, so let's go plant a flag because we can. As Jebediah just made history for all Kerbinauts. Oh, we did it! We planted a flag. Oh, and we gotta call it a site name. Okay, so the Brotherly Love Flats. Because on this day, the Jeb and Jed, the brothers of space and space travel, made Kerbin history by planting this flag as a symbol and beacon of what Kerbinauts are capable of. This mission, a great success. It's just a stepping stone to far greater achievements for all of Kerbin. And then it's gonna be P.S. I love you, Valentina. Oh, I can't write that. Okay, there's not enough character. All right, P.S. I L U V, because obviously he loves his wife Valentina in this game. So. Fantastic. We got our first actual Kerbin in here. So now, oh, look at that. There's footsteps. That is amazing. Look at those footsteps. Okay, so was there something that you could do with this? I'm trying to think. Is there something you can do with this? This part can be placed inside inventories. Okay, but can we use it somehow? I don't know how to use it, but that's okay. We are going to hit our RAS, our RCS, and then we're gonna basically try and get back on. Oh, this is hard. This is hard. This is really hard. Okay. Let's grab it. Yep, and let's board. And now that Jebediah has reached the surface of Minmus, we're also gonna get Jedus. I mean, Jedus is also here. And originally, I thought that Jedus was gonna be stuck in this thing, and he was just gonna be kind of like left his own devices. And we're gonna let him basically also walk around the surface, get a nice little idea of what the surface is like to walk on Kerbin, and also plant his own flag as the brother of Jebediah. So please turn around and face the camera. I don't know why you're not doing that. You're being very weird. Come on. Why are you not turning around? This is weird. You cannot turn around? I guess Jedus doesn't want to be on camera, so we'll just move the camera for him. There we go. Okay, now you're here. You're in front of the space station. Spaceship. All right. And you will also plant a flag, and you will also commemorate this flag planting to, let's think about this. So, Jedus, brother, site name. So this is obviously Jed's best attempt. No. Jed's second Kerbin on Minmus. And the plaque text reads, oh brother, we did it. We did what we thought we could never do, which is get this far away from mom and dad and their wrath on us because we didn't finish our homework on time. Indeed. Jeb's still traumatized by his high school endeavors. So, Jed, well done for planting a flag here in, or on Minmus. So, hit the RCS, we're gonna hit back, and we're gonna try and get back. Oh, and this is gonna be weird because I don't even know which one he came out of. So, that's not, I thought it was this one, wasn't it not? Yeah, it is. It is. No, come on. Oh, it's gonna be very finicky. Put your, grab it. Oh, no. You're standing on the ship, that's not the idea. Yeah, boarding it. Okay, so now what we've done, we've planted our flag, we've taken a, did we take a surface sample? We took a crew report. Man, we're gonna have to go back down. Okay, Jeb, you just have to double check something for us, please. I know it's a bit crazy for us to do this, but yeah, we just need you to check just one thing, if there is a surface sample for you to take. We took an EVA report, right? Yes, we did. So that's fine. I don't think we can take a surface sample, but I do remember playing this game like, what was it, 10 years ago, that you can take a surface sample. So all good. RCS is on, and you're gonna go back into our spaceship because we forgot to bring our ladders with us, which makes it a lot more difficult. And now we're gonna return, and we're gonna get back to Kerbin. So in order for us to do that is, we could just, as you would think in any other kind of way, where was Kerbin? Here. We could just be like, let's shoot our rocket that way, but that's not how it's gonna work. We're gonna orbit around Minmus, and we're gonna make a escape trajectory out of Minmus to come back to Kerbin, and then we're gonna go back. Now we're gonna learn from the previous episode that it took like 12 or 13 turns to actually slow down enough, is that we're gonna do this a little bit differently, and we're gonna do this quite smartly. And I think we have enough fuel to do this anyway, so I'm pretty confident that we should be able to get back. So yeah, so let's lift off from where's our spaceship? There it is. Let's lift off from Minmus, and then we're gonna go. I'm assuming. I think I'm just gonna go right. Why not? You know, I mean, I'm right this time, so. Let's go, and we're gonna go very quickly because we don't need all that much anyways. We're gonna hit the heights quite quickly. As you can see here, our apoapsis. Oh my god, this is terrible. Yeah, this is terrible. So we're just gonna adjust because we have the fuel for it. We're gonna have the fuel for it. No, you know what? No. We committed to this. We're gonna commit to this. Let's do this. And it's the other direction that we want to go to. Basically, let's head north. Let's head north. Turn off the stability control assists. And our apoapsis is pretty good. So now we're just gonna hit the prograde marker at the 90-degree mark. So that at least we learned something about that. And that is at around 9,000, which is good. And then we're gonna warp ourselves over here. Time warp has stopped because it's we're too low to the actual salt plane, which is fine. It's okay. It's okay. We did good. And let's just check our missions. Yeah, so we planted a flag. We landed on Minmus. So we're going to return back to our budget space program with a bunch of pesos and basically upgrade ourselves back to a KSP, which is good. We still cannot speed above, create any extra speed until we reach the 3,000 mark, which we do now. And then hopefully we can then warp ourselves over here to the point, the highest point, which is our apoapsis. And then we are going to increase our speed again on the prograde marker to then circularize around Minmus. And here we go. Let's create some speed around this, change the view, and just like that, we have just created a nice little circular orbit around Minmus. So you can see that the gravitational pull just really isn't that much. So considering that, can we create this as a target? Because we have I don't know how to do that. So we have set Minmus as a target. We can't set this as a target, but that's okay. So what we're gonna do is, since we're circularizing around this way, the way we're gonna push out is that we're gonna push out that way. So I think we're already actually kind of in that area right now. Why am I? No. Did I mess this up? Why can I not see my orbit around Minmus? Oh, set target. Did you see that? Okay, it's a problem. Because I can no longer see... I messed this up. This is not good. Okay, so if I go to this view, I think we're already in that. Well, then we'd be pushing ourselves outwards that way. You know what? We can do that. We got plenty of fuel. I don't think that we really have much of a choice at this point. There we go. So we're now in this brilliant circle around Kerbin. So we're gonna increase our speed, and yes, we are outside of the orbital pull of Minmus. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna push out a little bit further. I know it takes extra time, but we want Minmus basically to pass underneath us, so that it doesn't actually influence us anymore when we try to head back. So now we're gonna hit retrograde. We're quite deep in space, so I'm actually gonna take a little crew report here to see if we can get any science. We cannot, because we're in high orbit of Kerbin, and that means there's also probably no EVA report either for us to extrapolate. No, there isn't. So we're gonna board, and then we're gonna hit the retrograde, and then we're gonna basically go home. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna decrease this by quite a substantial amount because we have the fuel for it anyways. As you can see, we're making some crazy encounters with Minmus just by decreasing the speed. But the more that we decrease, because we are underneath it, I don't think that we're gonna make more encounters with Minmus anyways. We'll make some encounters with the Mun, but we want to skip that. Don't have enough fuel to do a Mun mission and a Minmus mission in one go. gonna basically take a quick look at how this is going, and we're gonna we're gonna go a little bit like, ooh, that's a lot. Okay, risky, but definitely a good return. So I'm pretty confident that what we have now is that we're going to be returning back to Kerbin quite neatly. We're going to be touching a bit of the upper atmosphere as we're coming back, and that's when we're going to start to use the rest of our fuel to lower even more. And yeah, oh, and there comes the Mun. Whoa, we almost crashed into the Mun. That was close. Okay, warp complete. And we're still pretty high in orbit around it, so we're just going to warp a little bit further down. And I'm thinking, you know, we could try to bring everything back, considering the amount of fuel that we still have, and we can expend it basically fully by going into pure retrograde, and then we can use the landing struts, or whatever you want to call it, to do the soft landing on Kerbin. But there's also a high chance that it will explode, right? So I think we're gonna have to let it go. The good news is that we're not leaving this space junk behind. And the other part is that I do think that we found our lander. At least this is the design of the lander that I want to use to go to the Mun, which will be our next mission, which will be our focus at the next episode. Because it served us pretty well the way that we went to Minmus, and considering the amount of fuel that we still have left, normally I would say, like, you know, the fuel that we would be expending on those outer... Are they even being used? I mean, that's the other thing. I don't even see them as part of this thing. But we'll find out. We'll do that experiment now, because I am saying, like, push out the fuel first from these side ones, and then we'll leave the rat. So what we'll do is we'll do it as an experiment. We'll let these ones go at some point, and we'll check to see if that fuel gauge like gets fully lit up, because that last fuel tank was really what we were going to use to get us back to Kerbin. So yeah, all right, we're in the atmosphere of Kerbin. We're going at an extreme high speed, so we're gonna definitely punch. Use the rest of our engine to brake and decrease our apoapsis by a substantial amount, which will slow us down, which will also make us at least do a much easier, cleaner landing, or at least touch on the actual surface. So we can expend pretty much the entire fuel thing, because it's part of our experiment anyway. So I'm not too concerned about the fact that the apoapsis is really slowing down. If we didn't have as much fuel, I'd probably stop and then at around the 2 million mark, and then decrease the periapsis even further. But considering we have all this fuel to spend anyways, may as well use the fuel and just really slow ourselves down as much as we possibly can. So we don't find ourselves in that same situation as we did last time when we came back from Minmus. When we didn't land, we only went around, you know, like a satellite pretty much, just looking around, doing some scouting. That's where we found the Greater Flats, as they're called, or the Salt Plains as we called it originally, which is good. So the fuel's definitely emptying out, which is the positive thing, and as is our periapsis is also decreasing, which is again something that we want. Likely again, we're going to be hitting the ocean again as our landing spot. Unfortunately, it's not something we wanted to do, but considering we're not going to be using the landing gears anyways, it's not that big of a deal anyway. So we won't be doing all these extra circles, because we are definitely slowing down a considerable amount. We might even where will we land? Somewhere on this side. Oh, we might even land back at our space center. Let's try that. Let's see if we can make it by landing back at our original space center. Which would be pretty cool, I think. So yeah, I think we might overshoot it at this point. So I'm pretty happy with where we are right now. So we're gonna do the experiment. Oh, we could have done a EVA. Oh no, yeah, we can do an EVA because we're in space still. So let's do an EVA, see if there's any more extra science to be gained here. Yes, there is! From the water above. And obviously we are going to review that and send that back as a transmission, because why not? we're not going to override our crew report because that would be crazy. And then what we're going to do is our space station, our KSC, Kerbal Space Center, is over there, which is weird. Oh, I guess this is the desert. I guess it's just a bit... Yeah, I mean, we are back in space, right? So we are pretty high up. Yeah, we have to cover this desert area here and everything else. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the experiment. We're going to get rid of these side fuel tanks, which we originally planned to have there as not only to give us a bigger base for our landing struts, but also to break our spaceship, right, to help it with landing. We're going to retract our antenna before we do it. So we're going to hit spacebar, and they're gone. And as you can see, I still have quite a bit of fuel left in this particular tank. So they did empty out into this tank, which is a positive thing, which means we have a lot more to burn as well. So I'm really happy with this lander. I think this is a very strong and good lander, considering it can bring all the science, it can transmit stuff. We've got the solar panels that are working with the battery, and we've got plenty of fuel to play around with, right? So those are all positives for sure. We're also going to get rid of this empty fuel, this full fuel tank, because we don't really need this before we actually hit the surface. So we're going to detach that one as well, which will then give us the heat shield as we're entering the surface to help slow our descent. So all in all, pretty good. I think the only thing we're really left to do here is just to ensure that Jeb and Jed manage this accordingly. By pointing retrograde, and they can do that because Jeb is a level 2 pilot, and I think Jed is also going to be going up in experience after this brilliant mission. And then we're going to touch down on Kerbin, and if we do make it that close to our space center, I think we are going to miss it by a bit, maybe just below the mountain ranges is that where we're going to land, which might even be a new biome, which will again allow us to do another science experiment. Maybe, yes, maybe, no, maybe. But everyone in Kerbin right now is watching as the historic Minmus 4, or Minmus 4, is returning back to Kerbin after two courageous pilots have completed the mission of not only planting a flag, but doing some science on the surface of the greater flats of Minmus. So yeah, the landing is going to look pretty good. I think we're going to be in a pretty safe spot of landing at this point. We are just about 10,000 meters up in the Kerbin atmosphere. We're going to deploy the parachutes right after we lower below the 200 meter per second part. So that's just about now, and that should slow our descent tremendously. And then we make sure that we don't hit spacebar again, because then we would detach Jed from Jeb, and then Jeb would basically be crushed and fall down to his death. So here we are, touching down on what used to be, what looks like cities from high up. Big explosions. Big explosions. Not good, not good, not good. Okay, but it looks like a nice little area here with some trees and shrubs and some rocks. Our rate of descent is also pretty good. It's only 5 meters per second, so I'm very, very pleased with that. And yeah, I think this might be a new biome. And then I don't think anything else can go wrong at this point, unless I press spacebar, which I'm not going to. And then we're gonna gently touch down back on Kerbin. Look at that. Hopefully we don't roll. Are we gonna roll? Yes, we're gonna roll. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's the view from inside. Yes. Yes. Okay. We have hit the rocks. Good job. Good job. Good job. Okay. So we're here. We made it. We are stable, so that's good. Let's just take a quick report here in EVA report if there's anything here to do. So this is in the highlands of Kerbin. Then we are going to board back, and then what we're going to do is we're going to be a little sneaky with this. We can see if we can roll over, just so that we can actually maybe walk on this surface. And I'm wondering if there's more for us to grab. So spacebar. There we go. Good job, Jeb. Uh-oh, it just rolled the other way, so that's not good. Yeah. Let's see if there's an EVA report that they can take. They can. Now, how do I get back in? That's going to be... Oh, there was a option there, right, to climb? No? There was. Yeah. Okay. get board, grab, and board. Dump the experiment, and we are going to recover the vessel. And we did it. Mission is a success. We completed it. We landed on Minmus. We got the science. We're going to get our spaceos. Let's see what the results are. So, first and foremost, we have never, ever gotten this much science in any kind of a mission before. We have achieved 671 pieces of science, which is absolutely amazing because we need that to progress and get some good stuff from it as well. On top of that, we also got 500 and what is it? Well, let's go to the next page. 512,000 spaceos. So as you can see, we literally had like nothing left to spend. We had used every single spaceos that we had, literally, because it's exactly, our funds are now 500,000, 12 and 26 or whatever it was. So good job on us. We can upgrade ourselves back to a KSP from a BSP. So that's really, really good. And our reputation is also, I think, definitely gone up. And we can see that Jedis is advanced to a level 2 after just doing one mission as part of our new, as part of the new astronaut or Kerbonaut of our space program. So all in all, I would say it was a huge success. We even have enough to upgrade our research and development facility, which at first, you know, when we saw that, we were like, what? How much spaceos is that? We have the ability to do that now. And considering that we got the 671 science, we could probably get further into the tree as well. But with that being said, we'll do that at the next episode. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day. And by the time you join us next time, we are going to the Mun. Yes, we are. That was our goal, and that is what we will do. So see you then. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.